You know, I kind of wish we had a barbershop like Calvin's Barbershop because it would be cool to chill and hang out with these groups of people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Barbershop 3 is directed by Malcolm D. Lee. This is the third installment of the Barbershop series. The first one came out in 2002. The second one came out 2 years later. So it's been 12 years since we last seen these characters. A few people from the first few films have come back. Ice Cube, Cedric the Entertainer, Anthony Anderson, Eve. We have some newer people like Common, Nicki Minaj added to the cast. And in this one, we see the whole group together again with some new people like I just said. But in this particular period of time, there's a lot of violence going on outside the barbershop. This takes place in Chicago, if you guys didn't know. And it's about the team just coming together to find a way to put an end to this and just saying that we need to find a way to stop this or else not only is our business going to go downhill, all the other businesses are going to go downhill and something even worse could happen. I like the first two Barbershop films. I don't love them. I know the first one's like critically acclaimed and everything, but I mean, they're enjoyable dramedies for what they are. I was looking forward to this film. I was very worried because, you know, comedy sequels lately have not been so good, and most of them have been comedy sequels that have come out like 10 plus years after their predecessor. Zoolander 2 was not good. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 was okay at best. This one was damn good. I really liked the film a lot, and I was very surprised by how much I did like it. I had a feeling I would like it, but I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. So let's start with the positives. There's a lot of good drama in this movie. The heart and honest moments in this movie are my favorite aspects of the film because you could tell that this is so relevant to what's going on nowadays. I think Malcolm D. Lee did a perfect job directing these moments of the film, and also it is a beautiful love letter to Chicago. I've never been there. I'm not from there, obviously. It's like what Ryan Coogler did with Creed. Not only was that a love letter to the Rocky story and character, but it was also a love letter to the city of Philadelphia. And that's what Malcolm D. Lee does with this film with Chicago and stuff. The comedy is good, but there were some comedy moments that felt just a little flat. Not too flat to the bottom like the Zoolander 2 jokes, but just like, here's the jokes, like here's the laugh out loud jokes, and then here's the not so great jokes. That's kind of a good thing when you go into a comedy and there are only like a tiny amount of jokes that don't work. The acting all around is fantastic. Ice Cube's great. Cedric the Entertainer is definitely the comedic genius of the film. I like all the other barbers in the movie. I like Regina Hall's character. Speaking of the Regina Hall, I was worried going in that this would be like about the sexist type of thing. And while it does have that aspect a few times, I didn't mind it personally. And it wasn't like offensive or anything, which worked. I'm glad that it wasn't like that whatsoever. Yeah, Regina Hall did very good. I liked Common in the movie. I'm starting to really like him a lot now. I mean, he is an Oscar winner. Let's not forget. Excuse me, just water. He did win the Oscar for Ryan Glory, and he's going to be playing the villain in John Wick 2. And he's going to be in Suicide Squad. That's a pretty interesting catalog. And I'm going to be honest, I was worried about Nicki Minaj going in. I got to tell you right now, Nicki Minaj is actually a really big crush of mine. I'm not the biggest fan of her music, but man, she's good looking. And she actually did a good job. She wasn't fantastic or anything, but she did good. The writing was very superb. Like I said, there were a few jokes that fell flat, but it was just cool seeing these characters again because these characters are so relatable. They're so likable, and you get where they're coming from, especially Ice Cube's character. Like, the stuff that he has to deal with in this movie, like, his son might be involved with some gang stuff. It's actually really compelling and heartbreaking. There were a few moments that had me on the edge of my seat because I didn't know what was going to happen. Because when we got to some of the dramatic moments, I'm like, this is actually really well done. And it is, like I said before, relevant to what's going on in today's society with all the shootings and massacres that have been going on within the last, 10 years. And the Ice Cube's character brings it up in the monologue at the beginning of the film because obviously we haven't seen these characters in 10 years. So he updates us a bit of what's been going on in between 2004 and 2016. So yeah, I really dug Barbershop The Next Cut. I think it is the best one in the series. I thought it was very well done. It was funny. And the director actually liked my tweet. Here it is. Thank you, Malcolm D. Lee. You are the friggin' man. Overall, I really liked the film. I definitely suggest you guys go check this out. So I'm going to give Barbershop The Next Cut a B+. Guys, tell me down below what you thought of this movie. If you saw it, what's your favorite Barbershop movie, I guess? Thank you so much for watching this review, and I'll see you guys soon.